Hi, everyone. So right at the moment, in the next 3 days, Mars and Saturn are squaring off with each other. Now, this is part of a bigger story that's at the heart and soul of what's happening at the moment this year, especially in the world. So I've talked about this previously, but I'll just put the characters on the stage so you can see what's actually going on. In the sign of Aries, you've got two characters. Chiron is an asteroid that's about profound healing, taking things that have been torn apart, have been disassociated, who are polarized, and bringing them back together so they're stronger than ever before. And it has a lot of wisdom around healing to offer. So that's in Aries. Aries is the energy on the masculine side of being honest, truly honest, and on the feminine side, knowing what is the right thing to do, which is always a mystery. So I've got to get honest with myself about doing the right thing for me and figuring that out. I've got to step outside of my life into the mysterious, like they say in mathematics, set theory. You cannot understand the set you're in until you're outside the set. Well, you can't understand what's right for you to do. You can't even be honest unless, at least temporarily, you can step outside into the mystery, into another world or another point of view or another set, and then look back at what's going on in your life. So this is right at the beginning of all things new. You know, it's when a child is born, it's their first breath, the first action that they take, the most honest thing they'll ever do, right? The most honest thing we all do is breathe, because we need to. And it keeps us alive. And when we stop, honestly, we go. We no longer want to be here. We're done. And that's a mystery. People have meditated on that for thousands and thousands of years. And that's that first step. Being honest, stepping outside yourself into the mystery, learning what's right, seeing what's right for you in the context of your life, getting clear about that, what you're here to do, what you're designed to do, and then coming back into life and doing it. That's being honest. So you've got Chiron in there healing that, because you look out there anywhere, social media, in your personal life, in the way you deal with yourself, and there's so much dishonesty out there that's obvious now. It's not even hidden. It's obvious. Which means it's a great time to get honest. And you've got Chiron there healing that, turning the dishonesty and the honesty, bringing them together and creating, radical honesty or renewed honesty, healthy honesty, something that's real, more real than whatever we thought honesty was in the past. And then you've got Mars in Aries, came in on the 28th of June this year, and will be in Aries until about the 6th or the 7th of January next year. That's almost 6 months. Maybe even a little more. And that is extremely rare, because Mars usually spends 2 months in each astrological sign. In fact, it hasn't happened for the last 500 years that it's been in Aries for 6 months, because Aries is the sign where Mars is at home. It's natural for it. Mars is aggressive, assertive, it's masculine. It's not only masculine, but it's very masculine because it's honest, it's direct. In alchemy and in chemistry, it's aggressive energy. In real life, it can be very aggressive energy. It's about, what do I want? This is what I'm going to do. This is who I am. It's that energy. And that's in the area of getting honest, stepping outside. Who am I really? What do I want? What am I here to do? How am I going to do it? Now I am going to do it. And from the feminine side, you need to be open to the unknown, the mystery of life, to find that out. If you're not willing to step out of your comfort zone, June to January, you're going to find it very hard to get honest with who you are and what you want and know what to do. So those are two players on that stage. And what's so connected with this right now is in the sign of Capricorn, you've got Pluto that's been there for 10 years and got another 2 or 3 years to go, which is bringing about profound changes in our goals, in the structure of our life, in the nature of authority. How we live our lifestyle and what our true goals in life are. That's changing. It doesn't matter whether you're conservative or libertarian or rebellious or revolutionary or as far out as you want to go. It's happening anyway. Because the forces of nature are like, it's like when there's a cyclone, you go inside and shut the door and get out of the rain and make sure you're secure, because there's a lot of rain coming. And if it's going to flood, you get somewhere safe. And it doesn't mean you avoid it. You can harness that energy. But you also got to make sure that you acknowledge it's there and don't pretend it isn't. The change is happening. And it's happening to all of us in terms of our goals, our structure, our lifestyle. And it requires authority and discipline. And it's, in a sense, redefining what authority is and what discipline is without destroying them. It's bringing new life to those qualities. And alongside it, so here's this power of evolutionary change, of bringing death and rebirth and regeneration and new life to the whole structure of our world. But Saturn and Jupiter are there in Capricorn at the moment as well. And they mean, if we're going to do it, and it's happening right now in this next 6 months, and it's been happening for a couple of months already, you have to have discipline and you have to have wisdom. You can't do it without those. This is not the time to take an adolescent approach to life. If you are an adolescent, get some elders, get some wise people, get some people with discipline who are older than you to work with you, to support you, to advise you. People who aren't afraid to change, but also realise that their experience of change can help you deal with it effectively. And their wisdom and their discipline can help you find your role within that change. So there's this other stage at 90 degrees. So there's a tension which requires empowerment from the feminine to turn it from stress to create nurturing, really. How does that nurture your body? How does that nurture your mind? How does that nurture you emotionally? Stress can, you go and work out at the gym, you seek stress to build, to become stronger, to increase your ability and your willingness to act, your power. So how can you do that? Where is that if you're an adolescent? If you're an adult and you're still carrying that adolescent approach, I don't want to sound patronizing at 71, but grow up. We need wisdom, not resentment, not wild imaginative thinking, not shows of abundance. Wisdom, real wisdom. And we need discipline. We need boundaries. We need goals that are worthy of achieving in a long-term, developing, maturing, authoritative way. We need to tap into our inner authority and take responsibility for our own life. This is crucial now. Otherwise, you'll just be part of the chaos, and that's a contribution because there's always chaos when there's new growth. But if you want to be the beneficiary of all this growth and change, if you want to be someone who enjoyed the experience, who benefited, and not only benefited, but that flowed over into other people's lives, then you need that wisdom and the discipline. So that's what's happening in the structure. Each of us individually having to get honest, look at the mystery of our life, figure out who we are, what we're doing, what we want, and heal that. And in our goals and the structure of our world, our personal world and the world around us, we need to acknowledge change is afoot in a major, unstoppable way. But we need to approach it with wisdom and discipline. And then you've got Neptune in Pisces. Now, what that means is humility is really valuable at the moment. It's powerful to be humble, not to be humiliated, not to be forced to bend the knee, but to develop real humility, which means, my God, within me and beyond me are forces greater than who I think I am, greater than who I know myself to be. And they're not out to get me. They want to help me. And if I can be humble enough to allow them to assist, to shower compassion on me, to open up my vision. If I can be humble enough to know, this is what I think I know, then there's more. And then to go beyond that. Allow something greater within you, because it exists just as much there as it does out there. And you're much more in touch with it in here than we are with it out there. That humility is such a precious gift at the moment. Such a valuable quality to have. And it manifests as an ability to relax and to flow and to trust in the help from something greater than yourself. If you're a scientist, hey, it's the universe, and the way the atoms and the neutrinos of the universe operate in a quantum way. For those of you who know quantum mechanics and quantum theory. You know, the theory that lies beyond this one or that one. The one that says this and that can exist simultaneously. You can be masculine and feminine at the same time. It's not one has to lose for the other to win. That's logic. Quantum thinking, quantum, there's 0 and 1, and they both exist simultaneously. Not, is it 0 or is it 1? Is it on or off? No, both are on simultaneously. Both can be off simultaneously. There is so much, not just power and strength in that, there is empowerment and creativity within that. That's why, you know, quantum mechanics, quantum thinking, quantum feeling, understanding the quantum nature of the universe is such an empowering understanding. And the other thing is you've got Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is loyalty. It's also about loyalty to the beauty of who you are, loving yourself and being loved. And starting with loving yourself and then allowing yourself to be loved and to be valued and to be appreciated. And I mean that not just in the term of admired, but, you know, that life can add more and more value to who you are, can bring out more and more of the value of who you are. And to be conscious of that, to be loyal to yourself, and then at least give the possibility to others that they can be loyal to themselves. And even if they don't want to be or they hate you for being that, not to surrender yourself and your value as a way of appeasing that. It's about really knowing your value, building self-esteem, being able to be very practical, very down to earth, very value, you know, appreciate the beauty of life, appreciate things like money and taste and beauty, you know, the beauty of life. Really consciously connect with the gift that you are and the gift of this world and how valuable it is to be alive. So you've got all these characters on the stage of honesty. The most honest thing you'll ever do, take your first breath. Everybody does it because everybody needs it. And when you take your last breath, you're honestly, I'm done. And every breath you have while you're here, I'm alive because I allow myself to receive that gift. That's honestly, no matter how depressed or upset or elated or proud of myself I am, I'm allowing myself to have this experience. That's honest. And I don't even know where it's really coming from. But I haven't given up on it because I'm still breathing. Letting that in and healing your relationship with that so that you can become conscious of your value. So you can seek wisdom and discipline in bringing about inevitable and really important change. And you can have humility in the process. You're not alone. You're not abandoned. There are greater forces out there that aren't antagonistic to you unless you cast them in that role and do all the things you have to do to make it appear that though that's real. 14 billion years this universe has existed, so you can now. That's a lot of time and energy put into you being given the gift of being alive. And all of this is coming right to a head because with Mars square Saturn, it's like the next 3 days, and it's happening again during the rest of the year. Let me just put this. Yeah, it's happening now, 25th of August or the 24th, depending on where you are in the world. September the 30th, January the 13th. It's like, if I want this, if I'm going to be honest with myself, I need discipline. I need to mature. Discipline doesn't mean being hardcore. It means being mature, knowing what's right, what you want, what's right for you, and giving other people the right to live life their way. It's setting your own goals, not desperately trying to fulfill other people's. It's about owning that you have your own authority within you and taking responsibility for making your own decisions. It's about having boundaries. And here's the key. It's not something you work out. You can appreciate it with your mind. You don't work it out in your mind. It comes from within you. That's one of the big things of human design, inner authority. And then there's an outer authority. Your particular view of the world, that you are the only one who has the authority to share that perspective, that awareness, that motivation, that way of taking the world in, you know, that environment where you thrive. That there's an authority that only you have to tell your story. No one else can tell it for you. And then there's an inner authority where you decide where to put the energy you have and where to receive the support from that you need, so you can sustainably put your energy into what you're here to do. And right now, it's just like I've been doing through this video. It starts with the discipline of being alive in the moment, breathing, honoring that. Honor, honesty. Honoring the fact that you're alive, the fact that you are who you are, or that if you're confused and thrown around, that there is someone you want to be and they're alive right now, and the chaos and the confusion around you, in your head, in your body, all of that is trying to point out that you're distant from that, that you're not connected with that, but it's giving you the motivation to reconnect. It's not out there trying to hurt you. It's trying to help you understand, my God, I am here. And it's nowhere near as much hard work as we think. Part of the discipline is knowing that you already are the authority. You already know who you are. You already are You just need to know it. It's there. Your value exists. Your humility exists. Your authority exists. You exist. What do I have to let go of? What do I have to receive? What do I need to do so that I'm back in touch with that? That's what's happening right now. And that's not something, I mean, if you want my personal input into that, I do consultations, I work with people over time. We've got the Personal Power Masterclass that really is about what's happening right now, helping people really connect with the power that lies within them as a unique person so that they can master that. I can help you there. But this video is to point out that this is a time to really connect with that. And the next 3 times at the end of September and mid-January, it's like life is going, connect with that. Connect with your goals, your authority, and let them become your discipline. Because the world is changing, and it's changing so that you can live the life you're born to live. Tell the story you're here to tell, that only you can tell, because it's your story. Do the things that you're here to do, and allow the help to come, to be there for you so you can do it. It's an amazing time. It's such a privilege to be able to even talk about it. But for me, it's something that I'm going through every day as well. Well, when you find the right thing for you to do, rather than going, that makes me special, elite, enlightened, which is literally the wrong way to go with it. It won't empower you. Turn it into an adventure, because that's what it is. You're here on an incredible adventure that you need to be radically honest with yourself about what it is. And now all the energies of the solar system, and God knows where beyond, and all the things that are happening in the world around us are reaching out, going, now's the time to go for it. No matter how much, at 71, I've been around a long time, done a lot of work on myself, doesn't matter. It's like it's a new day, it's a new year, and we're developing into a new world. And it's like first breath, again, where are we going? Enjoy the mystery. Step outside your comfort zone. See yourself as you really are. It's what the Personal Power Masterclass is about. Take you out of your comfort zone into the mystery so you can, outside the set, as they say in science, and you can look at yourself and go, oh, now I get it. And then come back to yourself, having seen yourself as others see you, or seeing yourself as other beings. You can put it in simple religious terms, as God sees you, as your higher self sees you, and then come back and be that they've put all this time and energy into creating, and bring that to the table of life and see how much influence and how much of a difference that makes to your experience of life, but also to the people around you. Hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you again soon.